Every day I'm journeying to remembering my power. Every day it's a process of standing in my power, of remembering my power and standing in it. This work that I do is about taking women through a process of deep self exploration, of inner knowing, of aligning their minds, body, and spirit so that they can lead from their greatest self. As I travel this planet working with women from all types of backgrounds, they have profound stories to share. Stories that I know inspire me as I work with them. Stories that we can look at from a place of building, from an asset-based place, as opposed to a broken place. These stories are life-changing stories. It is my prayer that the stories that are shared will inspire others to share their stories, to step into their purpose, to remember their power, and to live the life that they envisioned.
So, you are the founder of the Sacred Woman International,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Tell us a bit about Sacred Woman International.
So, Sacred Women International came out of a place of allowing women a voice, just a space where they could be, however they were, and whoever they were. Cross culture, cross economic conditions, cross educational level, cross everything. Because at the end of the day, women have this thing in common, right? This place where we just need to talk and we need to speak from our heart and we need to feel safe. So really that's where Sacred Women came from, just giving a voice to women, all women. So we birthed in 2007 just by doing circles, just sister circles, and everybody teaching each other. And as I grew through my own process, I had a little more to share often than others, but I was learning as well. And then in 2009, we started a Sacred Leaders Mentorship Program because we realized that many times us as women who are leading are so empty. Our cup is half full and empty. And so what happens is before you know it, cancer shows up, diabetes shows up, hypertension shows up, brokenness in all kinds of ways shows up. And so I thought, and it was divinely put on me. I literally on a Tuesday just had this download, and I wrote a curriculum for leaders and about activism from a spiritual place as a leader and taking care of ourselves first so that we can give to others from an overflowing cup and no longer from an empty cup. As you know, spirit is about self. It's about taking care of self first. It's about being able to go from the inside out, And so how do we activate our spirits so we can change what's going on outside, right? Because whatever is going on inside is what shows up outside.
Yes.
So how do we activate our spirits so that we can shift the energy externally, so that we can shift violence against women, so that we can shift poverty, so that we can shift even what's going on a policy level, right? How do we, because if we're clear and if we're working from spirit, our download, what we get to speak and to share and to write and to shift is clear, right? So that we are not trying to make it happen. It's a situation of power versus force, and spiritualism is about power and not about force.
Like so many women, there's always interference that we are dealing with. People interfering with our sexuality. And so, not unlike so many women, dealing with the residue and the effects of having been interfered with. And the feelings that leaves you with, your feeling of lack of self-worth and just feeling incomplete and unable to, be your full self because maybe you don't maybe I don't know my full self. I don't know myself as I would have if I had not been interfered with.
And it's scary, and it's like fresh. It's like, I'm starting over again. I'm in my like late 30s, and like I'm trying to figure out like where I'm gonna live and how long I can make this freelance thing work, and if I need to go back into an office and do the fashion thing and be stable, like what am I supposed to do? And so my support system is really important to me. Like, I don't always know what the right thing is to do. I need help with that.
I had myself bounded up so tight, that my health and my very life in this person was shortened, right? I had, and I still have some of these things, but diabetes is a huge issue. My eyes would constantly give problems, uveitis infections and stuff like that. Sores in my head, just so many things that I don't even think they're all coming to me at this point. And once I started going through the process, I realized how I bounded myself up with guilt, with judgment, with all of this foolishness. I was trying to edit the word because there's babies. I bounded myself up with all of this foolishness out of some, warped idea that, if I sacrificed my happiness, my life, my whatever, it in some way would be noble. And I wasn't living.
To be a sacred woman is to be true to yourself and accepting yourself as you are, right? So I know I am worthy, I am enough. I am complete. That is sacredness. And in the consciousness of that integrity, the integrity, how I walk with integrity in the world, it starts with how I'm working with integrity with myself. And I feel it's that process of self-actualization. So I feel to be a sacred woman is to go through this self-actualization, right? To ask yourself and embody this, who am I? How am I? Where am I in this world? What am I? Because we all have our gift, right? And so how am I using my gift? For a sacred woman is once you know that, and it's one thing to know that, but now to practice it. And when life is happening, small or big, it's the constantly checking on how am I, right? What is, where is this coming from? What am I feeling? What needs to shift? And then when not knowing, just going into stillness. And being patient with the stillness. And not like stillness, like where my mind is racing. But just really relearning trust.